So very good morning to one and all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Right. Anyway, so very good morning to one and all. So in the last class, we discussed about the design procedure of your piston. Right. Now in this class, we try to follow the design procedure. By using of your design procedure, we try to solve one simple problem, which covers almost all the entire design process. Right. So that for each and every part I try to cover what I supposed to explain in your design procedure, so that it is easy for you whenever in the examination, right, on what part you are supposed to design, you can easy to design on that particular part only. Right. So in this class I try to use almost all the design principles for your piston, right, so that it is easy for you. Okay. And I ask you to please follow the design procedure what I explained here, so that it is easy for you what I explained here, step by step, without any deviation. So what are the things I explained in the design procedure? Same thing can be adopted in your problematic point also. Same thing can be adopted in problematic point also. You just simply follow the design procedure. You please keep design data book with you, or at least design procedure of your this particular component, so that it is easy for you to understand the problem, right? So how you supposed to apply all the relations according to your given question. Anyway, so directly move on to the problem. So the problem is design a cast iron piston for a single acting 4-stroke engine for the following data. So here directly in the given question, directly they specified that you have to design a piston. So the piston is made up of cast iron, so it is a cast iron piston. And it has following dimensions. What are the following dimensions? So cylinder bore is 100 mm, stroke is 125 mm, maximum gas pressure 5 Newton per mm square, indicated mean effective pressure 0.75. It is 0.75 Newton per mm square. Mechanical efficiency 80%. The fuel consumption is 0.15 kg per brake power per hour. Kg per brake power per hour. And high calorific value of the fuel is 42 into 10 power 3 kilojoule per kg. And speed is 2000 rpm. Speed is 2000 rpm. Any other data required for the design may be assumed. You please follow this sum. Any other data required for the design, it may be assumed, right? Right. So it's a direct problem. Directly here he is asked to find out the entire design procedure. Entire design procedure of your cast iron piston. Right? That means you are required to design a piston as per your design consideration. As per your design consideration, he did not ask for your piston head, or he did not mention for your what we call piston ring, piston skirt, or something like that. If at all he is asked, means simply have to follow up to that particular step only. But in this case, he used to ask to design the entire process of the particular component. Here it is a piston, right? Once if you understand that it is a piston, that means you have to design the entire piston process. Simply you have to look about the design process of your piston, entire design process of your piston. So what are the components you are having and what are the steps you are having in a piston, right? So those steps you are having, you have to apply here one by one, right? So after, I mean, while you're proceeding of this step-by-step process, if any unknown parameter is there, right, you simply take out your data from the given question, or you have to be assumed, right? If at all it is not asked for the determination. So in this case, there is no, there is no part is to be required to be determined. Here entire design process is required. Entire design process, right? So this is what they are asked, Amma. Very, very important one. You entirely follow the design procedure as easily. So before that, simply I have written down the what are the given data for your reference only. So for diameter is 100 mm and length is 125 mm, right? And pressure is 5 Newton per mm square. Mean effective pressure is 0.75 Newton per mm square. Mechanical efficiency 80%, and mass is 0.15 kg per brake power per hour. And so you have to convert into kg per brake power per second. That is 41.7 into 10 power minus 6. Simply have to convert kg per brake power per hour is converted into kg per brake power per second. So that is the reason we are having 41.7 into 10 power minus 6. And HCV value, calorific value 42 into 10 power 3 kilojoule per kg, right? And speed is 2000 rpm. So this is the actual data what we are having for this particular problem. Now just simply move on to the design procedure. You just simply follow the design procedure step by step, so that it is easy for me and easy for you also, right? So don't get confused, Ramma. And right now you please observe the design procedure what I explained in the earlier classes, right? So the first step is your piston head or crown, right? See, I am verifying, that means I am looking at your design procedure and I'm trying to imply those principles to this particular problem so that it is easy for you in a simple manner. I'm trying to explain in a simple manner. You please follow. If at all, if you're having a data book with you, it is very useful one in this particular case especially. Right. So the first step is piston head or crown, right? Right. So piston head or crown. Now here there are 2 points, Amma. While you are determining the piston head or crown, you require to determine the thickness, right? You are having the formula of thickness, TH value. Please observe in your design procedure. TH value, because there are 2 criteria, based on 2 criteria you are required to determine TH value. The first criteria will be based on your what we call in order to withstanding the pressure and all those things, and second one is based on your what we call heat dissipation. By using of these 2 things you are having thickness value, right? So TH value equal to square root of 3p d square 16 sigma t, and second case is TH equal to capital H by 12.56 into K Tc minus Te. These are the 2 equations we are having. Already we discussed in your earlier class. This is the first step. And among of these 2 things, among of these 2 relations, right? So after calculating of these 2 relations, you can consider the highest value of TH of these 2 relations. Highest value of these 2 relations, right? Right. Now write down your 2 equations, Amma. Write down your 2 equations. That is TH equal to 3p d square by 16 sigma t square root, and second equation is TH equal to H by 12.56 into K into Tc minus Te. You please write down those 2 equations, then only you can understand. Write down those 2 equations in a piston head or crown. So I am explaining in the design step as it is. There is no deviation. Just simply follow the design procedure. Right? Right. Now here pressure equal to 5 Newton per mm square and cylinder bore diameter is equal to 100. Now the sigma T value here. Now the sigma T value is 38 megapascals. Right. So sigma T equal to 38 megapascals for cast iron, because you are using a cast iron. And here please observe the equation 3p d square by 16 sigma T. The sigma T value is already mentioned in your design procedure. The permissible bending stress for a material of the piston is 35 to megapascal for cast iron, 35 to 40 megapascal for cast iron, and 50 to 90 megapascal for nickel cast iron and aluminum alloy, and 60 to 100 megapascal for forged steel. These 3 values are already there in your design procedure. So I already mentioned that if at all the sigma T value is not mentioned, suppose you please observe that the sigma T value is not provided in your given data. If at all it is not provided in your given data, so you please consider the sigma T value that is within the range of 35 to 40 megapascal. So you are having a doubt, sir, why you are taking 38 megapascal, why not 35, why not 40? It's your choice, no problem. It's your convenience. There is no hard rule of taking 38, 36, 37. It's your choice. But according to that, your answer will vary, no problem. But the sigma T value will be vary from 35 to 50 megapascal, 35 to 40 megapascal for cast iron. Right? I hope you understand this point, Amma. First, you understand whether sigma T value is provided in the given data or not. I hope it is not provided in your given data. So that you will assume You will assume this value because the material is already provided. The material is a cast iron. Here the material is cast iron. For the cast iron, sigma T value is 38. Right? So this is how you're supposed to proceed for your problem. This is how the approaching of the problem will be like this only. Right? Right. Now calculate this TH value. Right? So here in this equation, almost all the parameters are known. There is no unknown parameter. There is no unknown parameter, so that you can directly calculate your TH value. So TH value is cast iron. Cast iron. So generally there are three types of materials we are using. Already explained them in the last class. Type of material we are using in your cast iron. Different types of material. Normally cast iron, the forged steel, or something like materials you are using. So in this case, it is cast iron is specified. Cast iron is specified in the given problem. Right? The given problem is design a cast iron piston. Cast iron piston means the material is cast iron. Right? So again you are having a doubt, sir, what type of a cast iron is, whether it a gray cast iron or forged cast steel or something like that. Please don't worry about that amount. Please consider gray cast iron. Right? If at all you are having same term regarding of your cast iron, don't get confused with that. Simply you can consider gray cast iron. What is there? No problem. Right? So gray cast iron. So for the gray cast iron, we are having the range of value. According to that range, you can consider the sigma T value. Right? Right, fine. So TH value is 15.7. So TH value is 15.7, and so you can consider the approximate value is 16. Right? Now you please move on to your second equation. First write down the equation. Write down the equation. Then according to that equation, write down the terminology. Write down the terminology and try to substitute in the given relation. Then you will find the answer. Then you will find the answer. First write down the given equation. Given formula what you are having. Then only you came to know what is given thing and what is unknown things. Unknown parameters. Right? Whether it is assumed or not also, you came to know. If you know the what we call equation. Write down simply equation. Second equation. What is the second equation? TH equal to H by 12.56 into K TC minus TE. This is your equation based on your heat dissipation, TH value. TH value based on heat dissipation, you are having another TH value. You are having two TH values in the first step. You are having two TH values. Right? First one is based on your pressure, second one is based on your heat dissipation. You have to mention, based on the heat dissipation, TH value is H by 12.56 into K TC minus TE. So I will show in the next slide, but just I am reading the equation in order to identify the formula in your data book, so that I am reading. Right? Now you have to go through the each and every terminology. What is meant by H? What is meant by H? And what is meant by K? So what is meant by the difference of TC minus TE? This is what you're supposed to observe. This is what you're supposed to observe. Because they are the only terms, capital H, K and TC minus TE. These are the only terms you are having. Right. Now what is meant by H? H means heat flowing through the piston head. Heat flowing through the piston head in kilojoule per second or watts. These are the units. I am reading over the design procedure and try to apply the same design procedure in your problem. Right. Now how you calculate H value? Is there any method? Right. You are having a formula for H. And it is provided in your design procedure. What is H value? H value equal to formula C into HCV into M into brake power. Are you observing? Are you observing what I am reading? What? Right, Amma? You try to observe what I am reading. So the formula is TH equal to H by 12.56 into K TC minus TE. Now you try to identify each and every terminology. Now what is H? H is equal to C into HCV into M into brake power. These are the terminologies you are having, or at least try to observe. In the next slide, you are having, right. So this is the formula. TH equal to H by 12.56K into TC minus TE. This is second relation. Now calculate what is meant by H and what is meant by TC minus TE and what is meant by K. You try to observe. Right, you try to observe. Right. Now in this case, C observe. C equal to H equal to C into HCV into M into brake power. C into HCV into M into brake power. Now you try to observe if there is any unknown parameter in the given equation. Try to observe, is there any other unknown parameter? C into HCV into M into brake power. HCV means high calorific value of the fuel. High calorific value of the fuel. The value is already mentioned in your given data. That is 42 into 10 power 3 kilojoule per kg. That means this value is mentioned. No need to worry about the HCV value. HCV value equal to 42 into 10 power 3 kilojoule per kg. Very good, fine. Now what about M value? What is M value? Right, no need to worry. I will explain, Amma. Please don't worry. Please don't worry. I'm reading over the each and every term. Then only you can easily understand. Now what about the M value? What about the M value? Is there any M value is given in your given data? Yes, M value is given. That is already converted that 41.7 into 10 power minus 6. Right? 41.7 into 10 power minus 6. You already converted. That is kg per brake power per second. Kg per brake power per second. M value is already there. Now what about capital C value? Now what about capital C value? Now you please go through your design procedure. Capital C value. If there is any C value is mentioned, you please take those C value. Because C value is here unknown and brake power is unknown. Two unknown parameters you are having. Right? C value is unknown, capital C value, and brake power is also unknown. Now you have to focusing on the C value and brake power value. C value and brake power value. Now please go back to your design procedure and try to identify whether if there is any C value is given or not. Because in the given question it is not mentioned C value. Now at least go back to your design procedure and again see whether the C value is available or not. Right. The C value is normally taken as 0.05. It is there in your design procedure. You please observe. The C value is constant representing that portion of the heat supply to the engine, which is absorbed by the piston. Its value is usually taken as 0.05. 0.05. I hope you understand the C value. This is normally taken as 0.05. Okay, fine. It is over. Now we have left only one unknown parameter. Now we have left only one unknown parameter. What is the unknown parameter here? So somebody is writing in chat box right now. Just I have seen that is brake power. Brake power is one unknown parameter. Right. Now how you calculate brake power? That is very important. Now you're supposed to focus on the brake power. How you supposed to determine? In the given, you try to observe the given data. Now right now you try to observe the given data. Try to observe the given data. In the given data, you are having mechanical efficiency is given. Mechanical efficiency is 80%. Stroke is 125 mm. And the indicated mean effective pressure is given as 0.75. Indicated mean effective pressure is given as 0.75. Now you try to recollect your relation of brake power. Now you try to recollect how you supposed to calculate brake power relation if you are having or if you are providing this kind of data. Try to recollect how you calculate brake power. Right, here you are having brake power. see, you will observe that. So indicated power you are having. First we calculate the indicated power because you are having relation. Mechanical efficiency equal to brake power by indicated power. Because you already solved this type of application in case of your connecting rod. Please don't forget amma. Brake power. How you calculate brake power means whenever you are having a mechanical efficiency, brake power by indicated power. Now calculate the indicated power. Plan by 60. Right? So where L equal to length of the stroke comma, right? And you are having small n equal to n by 2 and area equal to pi by 4 d square. Area equal to pi by 4 d square. Right? Area equal to pi by 4 d square. Just simply substitute the given relation, plan by 60. Mean effective pressure is given, length is given, area is known, and number of stroke n value is known. So each and everything is known, then calculate indicated power value. Once if you know the indicated power, please put off your mic. So indicated power. Once if you know the indicated power, then it is easy for you to calculate brake power. Once if you know the indicated power, then it is easy for you to calculate brake power. Indicated power into mechanical efficiency. That is 9.8 kilowatts. Brake power equal to indicated power into mechanical efficiency. That is 9.8 kilowatts. I hope you understand amma, how each and every terminology is calculated. Right now we are on only capital H value. We are bothering about the capital H value. Capital H by some 12.56 into K TC minus TE. On that particular relation we are bothering about the capital H value. So in the capital H value we are having each and every terminology. I mean each and every value already known. Capital H value based on capital H value. So capital H equal to C into HCV into M into BP, and now you determine each and every value. C value is known, HC value is known, M value is known, and brake power is already determined. Now calculate what is capital H. Now calculate capital H value. So capital H value will be 860 watts or 0.86 kilowatts. Substitute all the values in our capital H relation. C into HCV into M into brake power. Then right. Now you directly get the answer of H equal to 0.86 kilowatts or 86 watts. Right, Amma? Hope you understand this procedure. Just I'm doing nothing, Amma. Just I'm simply substituting the relation according to your given design procedure. There is no deviation. There is nothing new. Right? Just simply substituting the relation in given formula. Already the formula and each and everything is in detail. We already cover in your design procedure. Same we are following the same design procedure. Now next. So after completing of this H value, now remaining two terms are left. One is K value, second one is TC minus TE. One is K value and second one is TC minus TE. Now you have to bother about K value and TC minus TE value. If at all it is given in your given data, then directly you can consider your K value and TC minus TE value. If at all it is not provided, then just go back to your design procedure and look at your design procedure and take the value. Right? Right. Now you get to verify if it is provided in data book or not, K value. I mean, in your given data of the question, whether K value is provided or not. You please look on your given data of the question. The K value is not provided and TC minus TE value also not provided. Right? Now we have to bother about, you have to verify in your given design procedure. Please follow the design procedure. In the design procedure, K value is mentioned. What is meant by K? K is called as the heat conductivity factor. K value is called as the heat conductivity factor in terms of watt per meter per degree centigrade. Watt per meter per degree centigrade. and its value is 46.6 watt per meter per degree centigrade. For grey cast iron, it is 46.6, and for steel 51.25, and for aluminum alloy 174.75. Likewise, these are the standard values. It is already mentioned in your design procedure. Once if it is not mentioned in your problem, then please verify in your design procedure. Definitely it is available. So you please consider K value. Consider K value as 46.6 watt per meter per degree centigrade, as it is a grey cast iron material. As it is a grey cast iron material, you please consider the value of 46.6. If at all if it is another material, according to that particular material, you can consider. Based on the material only, you can choose the value of K. Right? Right. Now what about TC minus TE? Is there any value of TC and TE provided in your given question? You please verify in your given question whether the TC value and TE value is provided. If at all it is not provided, then again verify your design procedure. Right. In the given procedure, the temperature difference of TC minus TE may be taken as 220 degrees centigrade for cast iron. It is clearly mentioned the difference between TCE minus TE value. TC minus TE value will be taken as 220 degrees centigrade for cast iron. Right? So now you please go back to your formula. What is the formula? TH equal to H by 12.56 into K into TC minus TE. H value is determined. H value is determined. K value is from your data book or for your design procedure. K value is considered from your design procedure. And TC minus TE value is also considered from your design procedure because it is not provided in your question, so that we try to look at your design procedure. And it is also not asked to determine amma. The same thing will be applied. If at all it is not asked for determination, then directly go back to your design procedure and verify. If at all it is asked for determination, you have to determine. Please don't assume this value. Please don't assume this value. If at all it is asked for, required to calculate. Right? You have to follow this condition, amma. Now calculate that TH value. Here the TH value is 6.7 mm. Please substitute all the relations or all the values what we obtained till now. So please substitute H value, K value and TC minus TE value. I mean the difference between TC minus TE, that is 220 degrees centigrade. If you calculate all those things, then you will get 6.7 mm. Then you will get 6.7 mm. Now what is our condition? Our condition is you try to choose the largest value. That is our condition. You try to choose the largest value among of these two conditions. Based on your pressure and based on your heat dissipation. You are having two conditions. Calculate based on two conditions and identify whichever the largest value. Based upon the largest value only, you take the largest value. You consider the largest value of TH, that is mean thickness. So this is of your determination of TH value. See, already told you now. See, please follow my words. I'm asked easily. C value is not provided. Okay, C value is not given in this question. So C value is normally taken as 0.05. Okay, but HCV value is mentioned in your given question. HCV value is mentioned, amma. HCV value is mentioned. HCV value means here clearly specified that high calorific value of fuel. HCV means high calorific value of fuel. It is mentioned in the problem itself. That is 42 into 10 power 3 kilojoule per kg. Right. If at all it is not mentioned, amma. Right. Very good doubt, amma. If at all if it is not mentioned. If at all if it is not mentioned. Now I already told you that first try as per as your given data. First thing is we try to proceed with your given data. Try to proceed with your given data, right? Definitely HCV value is normally given, but the procedure, if at all, if there is a doubt, if at all, if it is not provided, what you supposed to do? Definitely you have to calculate. Definitely you have to calculate. There is no other way, because some other parameters are given. Some other parameters are supposed to be mentioned. Definitely they're supposed to be mentioned in the given problem, so that you require to calculate the HCV value. Definitely you require to calculate. High calorific value of the fuel is supposed to be calculated if at all it is not provided. Okay, right? If things are closed, if the doors are closed for solving the problem, if things are closed, if that means if the doors are closed, that means everything is unknown, right? Some parameters are not mentioned in order to calculate your SCV value, but there in order to proceeding of your problem further, then there is no other way. You have to take from your data book by assuming that some suitable value. By assuming that some suitable value, you can proceed your problem. This is last option. This is the last option. Last option you have to choose. Unless and until there is no chance of proceeding of your problem further, then only you have to opt for the assumption, right? Unless otherwise, you have to calculate. You have to calculate. Okay. So this is what about of your first step of the problem, especially. I mean, first step of your solution, amma. So I hope you follow the step-by-step procedure. You please verify the step-by-step procedure once again. Once if you know the design procedure, then it is easy, amma. So I did not deviate from your design procedure. As easily I substitute the relation as easily. Whatever we are having in design procedure, those steps only I followed. Those steps only I followed, amma. Right? You please verify the first step once, and definitely we move on to the second step, amma. Definitely we move on to the second step. Right? Just follow the design procedure step by step. Just take 1 or 2 minutes and follow the design procedure or observe the design procedure. Once if you understand, then I move on to the next one, I mean next steps also. If at all, if you're having any doubt, you please raise. Some of the students are asking a nice questions, and right. If at all you are having a doubt, you please post your question. Please post your question. I will solve right now. At first step point, at first point itself. At first point. If at all you are having any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, simply I move on to the next further steps. So once again, I am repeating, amma, for your reference. You please follow. In order to following the piston head or crown, you require thickness value. You require thickness value. Thickness value can be determined based on 2 parameters. That is based on your pressure and based on your heat dissipation. While writing out the equation, you have to mention those 2 things, amma. The formulas are written based on these 2 things, right? The consideration based on pressure and based on heat dissipation. So write on the first formula, TH value square root of something you are having. Now try to calculate the TH value based on the data. Now based on the heat dissipation also, capital H by some 12.56 into K into Tc minus Te. Again, calculate the TH value. And if there is any unknown parameter, you try to assume the data from your design procedure, right? Now you have to verify among of those 2 H value, which one you have to consider. So you have to consider the highest value. Highest value is something you are having some 16 value is the highest value. So that I am consider TH value is 16 among of those two TH values. One value is 16 and second value is some 6.6 mm or something like that. So that the highest value is 16. So I am picking up the value of TH value equal to 16. Right? Okay, fine. Now you have to bother about the node point, amma. Here I mentioned that node point in your design procedure also. Simply follow the design procedure. I also follow the design procedure step by step. Please follow the design procedure. In the design procedure, you are having node points 1, 2, 3. note points. Please follow the note points, Amma. So the thickness of the piston head is calculated by using the equation of 1 and 2, and larger of the two values obtained should be adapted. So already I adapted the largest value. Right? Okay, fine. Largest value is adapted. Note point 1 is over. Now verify the note point 2. What is the note point 2? So note point 2 is when TH value is 6 mm or less, no rips are required. When TH value is 6 mm or less, then no rips are required. Now what happens if there is more than 6 mm? If the value of TH value is more than 6 mm, then suitable rips are to be selected, and the thickness of the rips value will be TH by 3 to TH by 2. TH by 3 to TH by 2. Now you verify your TH value will be less than 6 or more than 6. You please respond, Amma, your TH value will be less than 6 or more than 6. If at all it is less than 6, no rips are provided. If at all it is more than 6, your TH value, the calculated TH value is more than 6, then you have to calculate thickness. Then you calculate the thickness of the ribs, TH by 3 to TH by 2. Only 47 is responding. What about the remaining students? The given TH value is more than 6 or less than 6. Observe that TH value is 16 mm. Whether TH value is more than 6 or less than 6. Here. So what happens if you are having more than 6? What happens if you are having more than 6? TH value more than 6. Then thickness of the ribs are to be calculated. What is the range of thickness of ribs? So somebody is saying less than 6. Who is among 46? TH value is less than 6. Your TH value is 16 mm. Amma. By calculating, you will get TH value 16 mm. But you are saying that it is less than 6. I don't know. Okay. So you please verify yourself. 16 is large or 6 is large. I don't know. So you please verify. Okay. Now, okay. So TH by 3 to TH by 2. Now calculate. So note point 2. So write down a statement since the TH value is more than 6 mm. The TH value is more than 6 mm. So number of rips are required to strengthen your object. Number of rips are required to strengthen the object, so that the range of value will be TH by 2 to TH by, TH by 3 to TH by 2. TH by 3 to TH by 2. Calculate the value. Now calculate the value. Right? Calculate the value. The point you have to mention, Amma. That point you have to mention. That point, all right, okay. That point you have to mention. Right? The TH value is more than 6 mm, so rips are required. Rips are required and rip thickness will be calculated within the range of TH by 3 to TH by 3, TH by 2. And calculate those values. Calculate those values. Calculate those values. Okay? Right. Now next to point 3, Amma, note point 3. You please observe the note point 3. So for engine having the length of stroke to cylinder bore. Length of stroke to cylinder bore, it is up to 1.5. If the ratio of L by D ratio is up to 1.5, a cup is provided in the top of the piston head with radius equal to 0.7 D. And this is done to provide for a space for combustion chamber. Now you have to verify whether a cup is provided or not. You have to verify. How you verify? Calculate the ratio of L by D. Calculate the ratio of L by D. If the ratio is up to 1.5, then a cup is required. You have to provide a cup. Now calculate L by D ratio. Right. I will tell you, Amma, no worry. Please don't worry about that. I will tell you one by one. Right. Now you have to tell me that calculate the L by D ratio. Calculate the L by D ratio. Right. So L by D ratio is 1.25. Somebody is saying 1.25. Somebody is saying 1.25. Still, there are more number of calculations. You will get the answers one by one. No need to worry. Just follow my instructions. Just follow my steps one by one. So the L by D ratio, only one person is calculated and said that is 1.25. Right. So 1.25. So whenever you are having up to 1.5, if there is the L by D ratio value is up to 1.5, then a cup is provided in the top of the piston head with radius equal to 0.7 D. With radius equal to 0.7 D. Okay, 0.7 D. Right. Fine. Okay. So while move on to the second step, Amma. So it is not possible to complete within the time. So how many number of rips are selected, and how you supposed to move further calculation? We will look forward in the next class, Amma. That is tomorrow's class, in the first hour. Right. So please be observed that what we have discussed in the first step. The first step is very lengthy step, Amma. So you have to verify one by one. So remaining steps are probably easy steps, but thing is, for each and every step we are having some values, range of values. So if at all you're having data book, then only it is easy for you. Easy for you, then only you can easily calculate. Otherwise, as I told you that it is a difficult part, Amma. It is a difficult part. Please follow the design procedure as easily. Just simply I am applying the formulas also as it is design procedure. See, throughout this semester, Amma, throughout this design procedure, this is the only thing you have to observe, Amma. Follow the design procedure, follow the design procedure. Copy paste of design procedure. So again and again I am saying, Amma, please observe in the design procedure in your data book, not in your textbook. It is better to observe the design procedure in your given data book only. Then only it is easy for you to identify in the examination, is there any difficulty? Just overcome in this session or in this class itself only by looking at your data book. Otherwise, definitely you will face problems. You will face problems in the examination. I will tell you that it just simply copy paste exam by looking at the data book and simply paste on your answer sheet. Once if you know the procedure, once if you know the identification of the terminology, right? So these are the things you are having in the first step, Amma. I hope you understand this one, Amma. I hope you understand this concept and first step, Amma. You please once again, after having of this session, you please go back to your design procedure again, and if there is any deviation, you please let me know, Amma, in the next class. If I got any deviated from this particular design procedure, you please raise your question in the next class so that I will clarify. Right? Right. Okay, Amma. So thank you for this session, and thank you for your patience.